taking the core muscles a little bit further, and we've already talked about the transverse abdominal muscle, which runs across our abdomen, between the tummy button and the pubic bone, and then attaches around the back, either side of the spine. That's called the transverse abdominal muscle. But it also works in conjunction with the pelvic floor. And just to remind you that the pelvic floor is a collection of muscles that are all attached within the pelvic girdle, the pelvis itself, and they all form this hammock which supports our lower internal organs. And we need to work the pelvic floor itself. They are a collection of muscles, as I said. And anyone that's had a baby will have been told about pelvic floor muscles, but even men it's very important, and for everybody, because they attach around the pelvis and the lower back. If you've got a strong pelvic floor, it helps strengthen your lower back. So if nothing else, for your back, they're important muscles to work on. So with this exercise, there's a very good analogy which we call the pelvic elevator, as in a lift. And there are going to be 5 different levels of engagement with the pelvic floor. We're going to start with the basement, and at the basement you've got absolutely no connection whatsoever. You haven't switched on any pelvic floor muscles. And then you come to level 1, and it's a little bit like you can just, if I was to hold your finger, you can just feel that I'm holding your finger. Level 2 is when I just squeeze your finger a little bit more. Level 3 is a little bit like a gentle handshake. Level 4 is like a firm handshake, so make a nice firm handshake. And level 5 is if I was to really squeeze your hand as hard as possible. So those are the different levels we're going to work through. We're going to come up to that level on an out breath, and you'll hold it on an in breath, and then you'll let go again on an out breath. And it's often the letting go that's actually harder than the breathing in. So we're going to work up to all the different levels. So at home, lie yourself down in the relaxation position, close your eyes, and let's get going. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just take your pelvic floor to level 1. It's just a switching on. And hold that level while you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just let go and you bring it back down to the basement again. So take a breath in, and we'll take it up to level 2, the next one. And as you breathe out, bring it up to level 1 first, and then a tiny bit more to level 2 as you breathe out. And then hold that level 2 while you breathe in. And as you breathe out, come down to level 1 before you let go at the basement. Now we'll go to level 3. So take a breath in while you haven't got any connection at all at the basement. As you breathe out, connect to level 1, a little bit more to level 2, and a little bit more to level 3. And see if you can hold that pelvic floor connection while you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, slowly come down to level 2, level 1, before you let go completely at the basement. Take a breath in again, we'll go up to level 4. And as you breathe out, connect to level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So the pelvis is staying in neutral. Take a breath in and hold it at level 4. Now really carefully control as you breathe out, bring it down to level 3, level 2, level 1, and then let go at the basement. Good. So we'll take it up to level 5, take a breath in first. As you breathe out, connect to level 1, to level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. So level 5 is as much as you can do. You're not using your buttocks. Hold that there if you can while you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, slowly to level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1, before you let go at the basement. Let's take it up to level 5 again. So at the basement, take a breath in. As you breathe out, connect to level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and up to level 5. Hold that there as you breathe in, seeing if you can maintain that level of connection. And as you breathe out, try and control through level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1 before you let everything go at the basement level. Good. So we're going to do level 5 again, but I want you to make sure that you're also using the pelvic floor muscles around the back part of the pelvic floor. So that's around the back passage, okay? So you never, if you can see if you can get that connection around the back passage, so you're not actually clenching the buttocks, but just be aware of the pelvic floor running the whole way through from the front to the back. Can you feel that at all? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you next do the up to the level 5, see if you can just check that you can feel it around the back passage. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, connect to level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. And hold that there while you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, release down to level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1, and release at the basement. Great. So now we're going to take it up to level 5 and then bring it back to level 3, and you're going to hold it at level 3, okay? So take a breath in first. As you breathe out, connect to level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and up to level 5, and hold it at level 5 as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just let it down to level 4 and level 3, and finish your out breath, but hold it at level 3. Take another breath in. And then as you breathe out, down to level 2, level 1, and let go at the basement. And now we're just going to take it up to level 3. So when you're ready, take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, take it to level 1, level 2, and level 3. Hold it at level 3 as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, down to level 2, level 1, and let go at the basement. So when we talk about connecting your core muscles when you're doing an exercise, you only need to engage your pelvic floor up to the 3rd level. You don't need to connect it up to the level 5, okay? Not unless you're doing some really strong exercises or you're lifting something really heavy, for instance. But for general exercises, level 3 is enough. So it's not actually too hard to do, okay? But it's more than just a tiny switching on, okay? So you want to be able to use your pelvic floor front and back, and the left and the right side evenly as well. But we'll do that, talk about that more later on.
What I found was that I could do the sort of levels on the tightening, but on the relaxing, it was the differentiation was not.
Yeah, much harder.
Much
that's
harder.
You'll notice that as your pelvic floor muscles get stronger, you can control the releasing better. Yes, to begin with, it just sort of comes down rather quickly. Yeah. So it is letting go, letting that lift come down is much harder than taking it up. So we also want to, when we're doing pelvic floor exercises, and you can do pelvic floor exercises really pretty much whenever you like, because no one knows you're doing them. So you can do them when you're peeling the potatoes, you can do them when you're sitting at work. If you're sitting next to someone who's really boring at a dinner party, you can do your pelvic floor exercises. You know, basically there's something you can do whenever, because no one knows you're doing them. So the more you can do them, the better, really. But you also, when you're exercising the pelvic floor, we've done them in a very slow, controlled way up to now, but you've also got different types of muscle fibres within the pelvic floor. So we're just now going to do a few where you get the lift whizzing up to level 5 and whizzing back down again. So to work what we call the fast twitch fibres within the pelvic floor. Okay, so take a breath in, and as you breathe out, really connect right up to level 5 as quick as you can. And then hold that there as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let them go. Let them release as quick as you can. Good. So again, keep breathing in just to get a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, connect up to level 5 as quick as you can. So quick tightening. Take a breath in, holding it there. And as you breathe out, a quick release. Good. I'll do it once more. Take a breath in first. As you breathe out, a quick tightening all the way up to level 5. Have that sense of drawing in and up. Good. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, let go completely. You'll hear some Pilates teachers using the word zip and hollow for using the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals as your core muscles. And the word zip for the pelvic floor, I think, is because as you draw the muscles up inside your body, it's almost like you're zipping up inside. So it's that feeling of all those muscles that form this hammock drawing up and inside the body that gives you that feeling of zipping up inside. So whatever word you're used to, have that sense of those muscles drawing up inside the body. And for the lower abdominals, this hollow, it's a bit like a scoop because you're drawing the muscles up and again up inside towards the spine. You get that sense of hollowing out the lower abdominals. So when we engage the core, when we say engage the core, engage the pelvic floor at just a split second before you engage your lower abdominals. And then you've got a nice strong core and you can keep a nice stable pelvis.